We don't look at dasha system. There is no dasha system in Nadi. The aspects are totally different and very easy because all planets have the same aspects. So separately, we don't have to take into consideration. But of course, we did. Sir has taught us a little bit further. First, he taught us all the rules of Bhrigu Nadi Nadi, and then he combined it with the basic rules of Parashar. So that has given amazing results to us.
Yeah, Shikaji, I can vouch for that because I have done that, Nadi myself.
Yes, of course, sir. You are A.V. Sundaram. You are a.
Yeah, exactly. There's no, without mentioning A.V. Sundaram, I was just coming to that.
Yeah, he is a great personality. Even I have watched his videos and his classes we had taken.
Yeah. So brilliant Nadi astrologer.
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I've learned so much from him. He's like my Dronacharya. I'm being his Ekalavya. Learning
Yes.
from his books, his videos, and our interactions that I've had, the courses that I've attended of his. And then, of course, books of R.G. Rao has had a huge influence on my Nadi learning. Even before I came into Nakshatras, it was Nadi.
Okay.
I had various stints in my own progression that I've had. I started with,
Right.
I couldn't understand KP, to be very honest, and then it was all self-taught. There was no, I didn't go to any teachers. Then I went into Parashar. Then it was Nadi for a very very long time. Then a very brief stint I had with Lal Kitab as well. Lal Kitab is also brilliant. I was more interested in not the remedies, but also looking at what articles and things Lal Kitab gives you. But I think my first love obviously has been Nadi.
Yes.
Nadi has been something that I've been very, very influenced by. And also, I've read all the books of R.J. Rao. And then also, initial works of Ne Gandhi.
Yes, I have basically been going through Ningani.
Yeah.
That also is one factor which has helped me to understand R.G. Rao.
Yes.
Because I understand Ningandi better.
Ne Gandhi, then Satyanarayan Naik. These are all scholars of Nadi.
Yes, right, sir.
I've read all of their works, and I used to practice Nadi, and I've seen it works brilliantly. No dashas, only gochar and snapshot predictions. Absolutely
Yes.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And this
If,
is very new for many of the audiences. So please walk us through this approach of yours and show us the. I know you're coming up with a course with cosmic insights on basics of Nadi, and this will actually help all of us to connect with Nadi. And Nadi rules are very simple, but they're so effective. Also knowing them, we've been learning for 4 years from R.K. Goelji. So please let us know, what you have for today and what you want to share very basically. That will be really beautiful.
yes, first of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to teach on your channel. I'm really grateful. And it's just because I love Nadi so much, and besides, I love teaching. I love teaching like anything because I've been doing that since I've been born. So I don't know what else to do. So since it's a very basic course, today I have taken a very basic lecture and very basic combinations. So, sir, can we start?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, let's pray to Lord Ganpati. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignan Karune Deva Sarvakareshu Sarada. And without my gurus, it is nothing. So I pay my obedience to them also. This is a beautiful mantra for Guruji. Om Akhandam Mandalakaram Vyapatam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yen Tasmai Shri Guruve. So I bow both to R.G. Rao and Bau Sahib and my teacher R.K. Goelji. First in Nadi, as I told you, it's the Karak Tattvas of planets are very, very important. We totally play on Karak Tattvas. And each planet has so many Karak Tattvas. The more Karak Tattvas you know, the more you can play about with the chart.
Yeah, I just want to add Karakatvas for those of them, you might have Western audiences who may watch this video. Karakatvas mean just significations of planets. Okay.
Yes, significations of planets. Here I have given very few significations or Karaktattvas because for this presentation I only need this much. Not even this much. But many Karaktattvas, I just keep on adding. We can just keep on adding whatever Karaktattvas you get as you study Nadi astrology. Okay. So there are 9 planets. First planet, the sun. Sun is my Atma, the soul. It represents Atma, soul. The soul is carried from past births and will go further also. So sun is the soul, never ending. Then it is also the Karak of father, and beautifully it is also the Karak of sun in Nadi. Whenever Jupiter and Sun make a connection after marriage, that is the time a child is born in your child. Simple things like you can just, okay, now this is happening, so this will happen. Like that. Just seeing the Lagna chart. Okay. For Moon, it is mind and mother. For Mars, it is husband. In Parashar, Jupiter is husband, but in Nadi, we take Mars as husband and younger brother also. Mercury mainly is intelligence. It also represents younger siblings. They can be girl or boy, means a sister or a brother also. Jupiter is Jiva. In Nadi, Jupiter is a main planet. If I want to see for a male chart, I will only look at Jupiter. How it is placed, how it is come from, where it is come from, where it is going, what planets it is meeting on its way. So Jupiter is a main planet for male person, Jiva. Same way, Venus represents the female native, and Venus also becomes the wife. If in a male chart, then Venus will represent wife. But if the native is female, then Venus will represent self. There is, in some Nadi books, Jupiter is taken as Jiva for both male and female. But in some, it is Jupiter and Venus for females. Jupiter for males and Venus for females. So you can play around and find which is the best thing, like whichever suits you according to the charts you are reading. Saturn is a very important planet. It represents our karma and also profession. Rahu is illusion and Ketu is moksha. There is a long list of Karaktattvas which will be there in the course. But for now, these are the main Karaktattvas that I have picked. Okay. In Nadi, we don't take any other aspects. We take the aspects which I am going to tell you now. The first one is the trinal aspect. Trinal aspect is like the Jupiter aspect, 159. But in Nadi, all the planets have these aspects. If we consider ascendant as Aries, then trinal to it will be Leo and Sagittarius. So planets sitting in Aries, Leo and Sagittarius are said to be in the same direction. The direction given to 159, that is Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, is east direction. And the second trine becomes 2, 6, 10. That becomes Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. This is in the southern direction. Third trine is 3, 7, 11. That is Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And fourth is Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Third trine is given the west direction and the fourth trine is the north direction. So any planets sitting in these trines are placed together and they come together. Because sir, even you know in nakshatra, these three trines, they have the same tattva, they have the same nakshatras. So maybe they have given more importance to the trines. Planet sitting here will have, definitely they will have an influence on one another in these trines. So trinal aspect is the most important. Then after trinal, we also take the seventh aspect of each planet. Even that is powerful enough to give events and influence also. The third aspect that we take in Nadi is the planet sitting in the 12th house and the second house. This also is very important. This is just like if you are staying in your own place, a home, and you are having neighbors nearby. Okay, so if these neighbors are very good and they help you, so means these are your friends, so your life is very easy. And whenever in need, neighbors are the first one who will come to help. My family stays very far off, they will not come, but these can come to help. Similarly, if your neighbors are your enemies, they don't talk to you, they are jealous of you or whatever, so then you will have, that planet will have troubles. Same way, the planet in 2 and 12 always have the aspect on planet in the ascendant, whatever the house it is. It is just like, you know, the Pap Kartri or Shuk Kartri, but this is taken for every planet. And enmity and friendship is different, somewhat different in Nadi. Somewhat different. Majority is same, but then somewhat different. Okay? So is the aspect part clear, sir? So let's take.
Yes, it's clear. I was on mute, sorry.
Yeah. And the second.
I just wanted to add, Shikaji, for all those audiences, this is a beautiful system. Whenever you're looking at even aspects, this is very different from the Parashari aspect. So pay attention to what Shikaji is saying. It's 159. All those planets in the trine, and even the seventh aspect is very much there in Nadi, and also the second in the 12th aspect, on the planet.
Yes.
The planets are there in the houses nearby, besides each other.
Yes.
So just remember, it's not the Parashari aspects we're talking about, these are Nadi aspects. And whenever they are in 159, Nadi says they are in the same house, or all conjoined, they're all together, those planets.
In the same direction.
In the same direction, yeah. If it is east, then it is east.
Yes.
WN. This is how I remember. Is that correct?
Yes.
South, west and north.
Yes, east, south, west, north.
Correct. Okay. Please carry on.
Yes, sir. The second important part in Nadi is the combination of planets. These combination of planets is called as yogs in Nadi. Now these combinations are so important. Like if you form, there is a Jupiter-Saturn combination in a chart, then we say it is a Dharma-Karma yoga. Because Jupiter is a lord of 9th house, Dharma house, and Saturn is a lord of 10th house. So karma, then it is Dharma Karma yoga. It is the best yoga one can have in a chart in Nadi. So there are thousands of yogas in Nadi like this, but they are very simple to remember, because if these yogas are formed by friendly planets, then they become helpful to us, and they formed by enemy planets, then they create problems for us from time to time when Saturn, Jupiter and Rahu Ketu transit is taken over there. So if it is a good yoga, if Saturn transits or Jupiter transits, then you will get good results. And if it is a bad yoga, then you will get, with Rahu, then you will get problems. Jupiter is a benefic planet and Venus also is a benefic planet. So these both, as far as possible, they don't give bad results. So let's take the first yoga. This is termed as Sannyas Yoga. Sannyas Yoga is when people are not interested in material life. They only want to go towards spirituality. So many charts, we know many people who have totally given up the family life and gone into this spirituality. I have taken some charts. The main yoga is formed by Saturn and Ketu. The main spirituality yoga is formed by Saturn and Ketu. The reason is when there is Ketu in front of Saturn or with Saturn or trying to Saturn, then that person always has problems in their work field. Because Saturn is karma and Ketu is moksha. So these people are not interested in everyday work, earning, family, this, that, they are not interested. And depending upon the other planet which comes into being with this yoga, say if moon comes, means they will go into spirituality with their mind. Moon is mind. Okay, if sun comes into the picture, then they will go it with their soul. If Jupiter is there, then Jiva. Jiva also will want that. And the higher spiritual people, they have all these three coming in contact with Saturn and Ketu. Because they wanted it from their Jiva also, from their mind, from their day, from their soul. So they everything is involved with them. In this chart of Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa, the Saturn is there in the 9th house. Just next to it is Ketu. So as I told you, the second house planet is very important. And Saturn here is retro. So a planet being retro in Nadi is taken as 50% in the previous house also. So I have the influence of Saturn over here. So I have a connection of Mars, Saturn and Ketu in this chart. Saturn, Mars, Ketu is also known as Fakkad Yoga. Fakkad Yoga means pauper, no money. It is also termed as that Fakkad Yoga. It is also called as Langoti Yoga. Because basically in Nadi, Saturn represents Shiva. So Shiva didn't want anything. He only wanted to be in his own meditation, spirituality. He is not interested in money and everything. So this yoga is formed totally with Shiva, and Ketu is spirituality. Even moon, and if we can see sun, moon also are trying to Saturn with Mercury also. So he did whatever he did it with his whole consciousness, Atma, his mind, and Mercury intelligence. Even Jupiter is involved over here. And Jupiter is retro, so it is involved 2 times. Being here, it also comes here in trine to Mars and Saturn. So 2 ways it is acting. Same way Mercury. These retro planets have a larger effect on the chart because then they influence nearly half the chart. And they play a bigger role. Is it this clear, sir?
Yeah, it's very clear for me.
Yeah, so this Sannyas Yoga is repeated in so many people that people can go and do their own research. In some way or the other, they will have this yoga and all these spiritual people. Let's go to the next slide. Here I have given in short his history. He was a yogi and an Indian mystic. Next, we can take Paramhansa Yogananda, sir. Same, he also has the same combination of Saturn, Mars, Ketu. If you can, if we can just have a look over here. He also has Ketu next to Saturn and direct aspect from Mars and Jupiter from the 8th house. Saturn is in the 2nd house. Okay. So same yoga is repeated. Saturn is in the 2nd house, Ketu in the 3rd house, and Mars in the 8th house. So again, this sannyas yoga is repeated over here.
So basically, you can say, Shikaji, Mars is aspecting Saturn and Saturn is linked to Ketu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Seventh
Yes.
aspect of Mars
Has worked over here because when we take 7th aspect, we say nearly it works 90 to 75 to 90%.
Okay. Yeah.
The 7th aspect.
Yeah. And if it is conjoined, then it is 100%.
Then it is 100%. Yes.
In trines, it is 75%.
Trines also it is 75%.
Correct. Absolutely. I'm just refreshing my knowledge, after 5 years.
Sir, when you do this course now, you will start loving Nadi again, I think.
I know.
Because even I had done Vedic, even I have done KP. KP I used to love like anything. Then I did Nakshatras with you, so I started studying Nakshatras. I've done some part of Jamani also. But after doing everything, I have stuck to Nadi now.
Yeah, I think Nadi was my love.
Yes. And just like you have stuck to, you have found your niche in Nakshatras, I have found it over here.
Great, great. Excellent. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a short in description. And the third is Swami Vivekanand. He has Saturn, Moon, and Ketu. Here it is, Saturn, Moon, and Ketu. Okay, just next house is Jupiter. So Jupiter is also involved. Ketu being retro, it comes in contact with Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury. All the planets get involved. In such great personalities, I have seen all the planets involved and give him one aim in life. They don't want to go here and there. They are very sure I want to do this in life. And since it is Saturn, Moon, so full mind use karke they do it. Of course, you have to see the chart in totality. Even many people will say, I have Saturn, Ketu, I have this, I have that. And still I'm not spiritual. But then you see the full chart also. Only one yoga will not decide your life. At some point of time, it may, due to gochar or transit. But if there are other factors negating it, then it will not give you that. So you have to see everything in totality, the full chart. But these are some yogas you can work upon. And suppose now I see a chart, if I see this yoga, the first question I'll ask is, are you very spiritual? That is my first question to them. And do you have money problems? Does the money come and go? Like that. So they are very impressed. How do you know this, that? So, because I've seen the chart only for 1 minute. I've not gone deeply into it. I've just seen this. They have a combination and this is it.
I think, Shikaji, I use a lot of Nadi.
Yes, sir. Yes, you use and you have given us beautiful things in the 2 day.
Yeah. I usually use Nadi very much. I don't tell people that I'm using Nadi. Even in my readings, I use very much Nadi. Absolutely. And some of the key combinations I use, I'll tell you which ones came to me. Because when you're talking about Sannyas Yoga, although I don't know about the yogas to be informed, and I'll be learning it from the course that you'll be taking on Cosmic Insights. But I'm just saying, I use Saturn Ketu.
Yes.
Looking at in transits and also in the natal chart for identifying problems.
Yes. Whenever they come together, na sure we are very sure that he is going to leave the job. There
Absolutely.
is a problem.
And I've seen whenever natal Saturn is transiting over natal Ketu or trying to natal Ketu, there are problems in profession. And whenever transit Mars is, also coming into this combination, then it's definite that they're going to quit their job. But there is a rider. The rider is if Jupiter is not aspecting with the fifth and ninth aspect of this combination, you quit the job.
Yes. Very right. Jupiter, if benefic aspect, then
Then
lightly they get off.
yes, they get out. I mean, they don't quit the job. They might survive that quitting the
Yeah.
job or being sacked from the job. But I've seen this over and over again. Amazingly beautiful.
It fits in all the charts.
Yeah, it works.
I have a team of consultation with me, and we see it nearly in each and every profession chart we do.
Yes.
So
Career wise, I think Ketu and Saturn because one is Karma Karaka, other one is the Karaka for
moksha.
Moksha.
So when we speak about Ketu, moksha is not only spirituality.
Yeah,
Say it, whichever planet it's come in contact with, it will give moksha for that. Suppose, like, say a person is asking whether I'll have divorce or not. So when Venus and Ketu form a combination, then we can say, okay, you might have a divorce, like that. Or there will be wealth problems if Venus and Ketu are together. And if say if Sun and Ketu are together, then father might have a problems, like that. So Karak Tattvas really play a great role. And they are so easy now, only 9 planets are there. So they have fixed Karak Tattvas. So we don't have to remember, this rule, that rule, that's why I've stuck to this. Basically. Even if I don't know the names of many yogas, but I remember that these form a yoga. I might not know the name, but I use it.
I use them. I do not know the names.
Yes.
Use transits and natal intuitively. I don't even when I'm doing nakshatras itself. With the nakshatras, I also look at the
Yes. And since you have talked about Mars, this is one rule which I have seen working in most of the charts. Whenever there is a moon, or whenever there is Mars traveling over moon or in trine to moon, that is a time when,
natal moon. You mean natal moon?
yeah, natal moon के ऊपर जब भी Mars transit Mars जाता है, so that is a time the person can lose lots of money. I've seen this working in many charts. Either the younger brother also can lose money, or even the uncle, because uncle also is represented by Mars. He is the younger brother of my father.
Correct.
So somewhere someone loses the money with this combination. So
Interesting.
people can be very careful whenever they see their Mars coming over their moon.
I mean,
Like,
transit Mars coming over natal moon.
yes, but most of the time it is like 45 days or somewhat in one Rashi, but sometimes it is 5 to 6 months also. That is a time when you really have to take care.
Like now,
Like now, yes, and being retro and everything.
yeah, because Mars, I think, will be spending about 5.5 to 6 months in Capricorn.
Yes,
Who has Capricorn moon can feel this. Not everybody, but we are saying maybe the other combinations also might have to you have to check.
yes, you have to check all the combinations.
But you
And
see that transit Saturn is also in the 12th from the moon, the natal moon. So obviously there would be some impact of the Saturn. Currently, I'm saying transit Saturn.
currently, yes, and currently Ketu and Saturn also will come together.
Yes.
That is a time when most of the people will have this problems in profession.
Yes.
And fast approaching now, Saturn being retro now, the effect is little less.
Yes, because Saturn is giving 50% result in the previous house, which is Scorpio.
Yes. And Ketu is giving it in Aquarius.
Aquarius, sorry, 2 and 12, yeah.
So when Saturn becomes direct, and when they both come together, that is a time most of the people might face these problems.
True.
In profession. Okay. Let's go to the next yoga. This is an interesting yoga. It is called as Shrap Yoga, Shrapit, that is a curse yoga. It is also called as a snake yoga because Rahu is involved in this. So this yoga is like whenever the sun and Rahu are together or they are trinal to each other or respecting each other, then these people have problems in begetting a male child. As I already told you, sun also represents child, that is a male child, sun. And sun also is a lord of the fifth house. So whenever this combination takes place, then these people do not have a male child, or even if they have, sometimes they die very young, or sometimes they go far away from them and they don't have anything to do with this native. Not dependent on the native, will not have good relations, whatever the reason. Means in short, they don't have the happiness from their male child. Mostly there is no male child, depending on other planets also. So Bo Derek, she is a very famous personality of the West, done many movies and television. She has this yoga, and this yoga I have seen is more effective when it is in the fifth house or the ninth house or the ascendant. Here she is having Sun Rahu in the ninth house. She does not have any children at all. Okay, sir? And even though she was married to John Derek and now she's a widow and staying with someone else, but still she does not have any children.
Okay, you meant there would be this results would be seen more if it is in the fifth or the ninth house, is it? If this is happening.
I have seen charts which have this because fifth house is natural children house.
Yeah.
And so I have seen, and Sun is a Karaka of ninth house.
Yeah.
So there, if it is a problem, Rahu and Sun, because we all know that mythological story, Rahu had taken Sun, swallowed the Sun.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this yoga really works in this. And the other one is Oprah Winfrey. We all know her. Even she has Sun Rahu in the ascendant. So this yoga also has not given her any children. Though, like if you see her history, she was expecting a male child. She was uh, sexually abused, but still that child did not survive. So finally, she does not have any male child. She also has no children till date. This is the last yoga I will be talking about today. It's called as Dhrut Yoga, means cheating yoga. If this yoga is formed by Rahu, Mars, Moon. It can be Rahu, Mars, Moon, Jupiter, or different things, or different planets. But main important is Rahu, Mars, Moon. Rahu is a karak for cheating. In Nadi, even Moon is a karaka for cheating. Why? Because we know that story of Jupiter's wife, Tara, and Indra. So this is also called as Tara Yoga. Jupiter Moon is also called as Tara Yoga. And Moon is mind. If you have it in your mind to cheat, then only you can cheat people. But again, there are many riders. If you see this chart and say, okay, he's having this cheating yoga and he will cheat people. No, it is not like that. It can also be, he can also be cheated. So first you have to find out whether he is being cheated or he is the one to cheat. So simply don't come to conclusions. This will make life hell for many people. Because I had come across this one person He told someone ki bhai, you have a cheating yoga, people will cheat you, and that person feels everyone is cheating him. So this is not the case actually, and each yoga has percentage. Like, okay, this yoga might be present in Maya and your chart also. Somewhere we might be cheating very less, because in today's world, see, we cannot speak truth the whole time or whatever it is. Maybe not present, maybe present. The degree of the yoga can be different. So effect also can be different. But of course, this is one yoga in chart, Rahu Mars Moon. It is called as cheating yoga. We all know Harshad Mehta, the big scam he had done in 1990, and he had formed many false banks and BSC pay. He had done 5,000 crores cheating and all that. Beautifully, this yoga has come down in his chart. See, there is Rahu and Mars in the fourth house. Means he cheated his own homeland only, India. He has not cheated abroad or anywhere, homeland. Then directly there is Jupiter, seventh aspect, and Moon in the next house. Moon in the next house. When we see this Rahu and Mars both are retro, so they can be taken in the previous house also. So there is a double time effect of this yoga formed over here, because coming back one house, they also come in contact with Sun and Moon by track. Therefore, he has done this cheating on a very big scale. Since there is the seventh aspect of Mercury also sitting in his 10th house, he did this very intelligently.
And Ketu as well.
Ketu as well.
Yeah, Buddha Ketu can always give you some sort of thing in business. Mercury is business.
Yes, Mercury is business. So
intelligence as well, buddhi, as well as business.
It is in the business house, Mercury's own house.
Correct.
Plus it is the 10th house.
Absolutely.
So everything came together.
Yes.
And he had the skill to do it, because Mars is skill. In Nadi, Mars is skill.
Yeah, Mars is skill. Absolutely. But
So,
I want to just add, Shikaji, people shouldn't just look at these yogas and say, I have this yoga in me, and so I should be cheating. No. We should look at other factors as well. The
yes.
other planetary combinations, if they are supporting or if they are, helping or if they are negating. There may be so many other things which may negate.
So many riders. It is, if we just look at a chart, nahi cheating yoga. I told you first, we be very careful.
Yeah.
There are so many yogas like this. If we say, this female is having this yoga and she's like that, no sir, that is not done. Because there are many other things which negate that.
So that's why I say, after just watching this video, don't come to a conclusion that, okay, I have this combination, but I have not cheated people.
Yes, not cheated.
You come and say that, because unless you know the completeness of the system of Nadi, okay, and before you can make any analysis, it's not as easy as saying two planets will take. Yes, they might give you tendencies, but I'm saying other yogas, they might act and the riders. So that's why I think it's worthwhile that you study the complete system of Nadi rather than just rushing into the prediction mode by just looking at some yogas.
And sir, if you want to really learn Nadi, you should basically do it only for yourself, to find out why you have come, why you have taken this birth, because past life analysis is done beautifully by this. So instead of saying, okay, when I'll get a job or this, you should really get deep into this and do some serious study.
Yeah, because Nadi is where about the 13th chapter was always connected to Karma Kanda, isn't it?
Yes.
The Karma Kanda is, what are the karmas that you've done?
Karmas, yes.
So Karma Kanda.
And each Nadi has a different way of saying what is our past life.
Correct, absolutely.
So depends. We come to the end of my lecture here, sir.
So, Shikaji, this was, although I had studied from, Hausa, Fakultat, but he never told me about the yogas. He gave me various combinations, and he has
Yes,
done research on multiple charts.
yes, right. He had given all that, Mercury
Yeah,
education, how and then we put it on many charts and it was not working.
yeah,
So the problem was he didn't tell us the
the
riders.
right thing,
At least
the riders.
whatever I learned from him,
Yeah,
1 or 2 months, what we were together.
correct.
So again, I lost touch with Nari for 2 years.
After that,
After that, then we came in contact with my son.
yeah. So I'm glad that Shikaji are coming and doing this, and I want to see more videos of on Nadi. There's
Yes,
very little talked about on Nadi. There are people who are very well versed in Nadi and their field.
yes, many people, all the people now in here are doing Nadi.
Yeah,
They are we are all learning.
we're all learning.
We'll keep on learning.
We've
It's
gone
a
through
never-ending system.
absolutely, it's never ending. But what I loved about Nadi is Nadi. When I went deeper into Nadi, I found out that it makes a lot of difference of seeing whether if you say you have a Mars Mercury combination in your chart,
Yes,
whether Mars is ahead of Mercury or Mars is behind Mercury. That also makes us. I mean, that also changes the result of the nadi that I've seen.
yes, true. But then, apart from the degrees of Mars and Mercury, you also have to see the retrogression.
Correct.
And if say now, if you say Mars is ahead of Mercury, then they say there is a break in education.
Exactly.
But what if Mercury being retro goes ahead of Mars? So that is one more rider
Yeah. Yeah.
by
Or,
trying.
or if Mercury is retrograde and moving away from Mars.
Yes. So that also adds up. Then also, suppose Mars is ahead of Mercury, but Mars is not strong enough to give that break.
Correct.
Then what? What
Exactly.
if she has a Saraswati yoga? The native has a Saraswati yoga. So there will be no break in education, though Mars is there in front of
In front of, yeah.
Mercury. So
So
there are so many riders,
so
so many riders.
exactly. That's what I think we should learn it systematically from you. Uh,
So, sir, I'll try my best, but it is a pleasure working with you.
yeah.
We have loved the 3 days you have come and taught us. Thank you very much.
So we'll be doing more of that. Shikha,
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward for the course that you're going to do with Cosmic Insights on the basics of learning. And I would really encourage people to enroll for this course because for two reasons. One is firstly, unless we know nadis, we will not be able to understand what is the unlocking which is happening because there is also karmic implications when you talk about nadis, and especially when transits. This is the best part of nadi is transits.
Yes.
How there is no dashas, and in many of the nadis I've seen, they take the Jupiter as the lagna or the ascendant,
That
and
also works.
yeah,
When we are doing the rounds of Jupiter or Paraya,
yeah,
then that is the time we take Jupiter as a ascendant.
ascendant, and you also see how Jupiter and I've seen the slower moving planets will have a greater impact. For
Yes.
example, Rahu and Ketu are slower moving; they take about 15 months, and then we have Saturn, which is slower again, and Jupiter. And
Yes.
I've also seen for accurate timing of events, you can use the sun's transit and the moon's transit as well. So the sun's transit will actually bring you closer to the month when the
Yes.
event is going to happen, and in the same month, the moon's transit will give you precise insights of when that event can be triggered.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Okay, so it is also about timing of events, and it is very very accurate to my knowledge. And when you apply this knowledge with any other system, it works really well and it complements other systems. So I'm saying you can follow Jaimini, you can follow Nakshatras, you can follow other forms, KP, whatever. And when you use Nadi, it gives you much more confidence of saying that this event is going to happen because it's not based purely on the thing, but it's also based on the progression of the planets as well. There is another system in Nadi where the planets themselves, the natal planets, are progressed. and
Yes.
you see the activation. Which
All
will,
this comes in this Nadi only.
yeah. So that course I'm seeing looking forward because you know we we do
Of
not.
course, that is the second step, not in basics,
Yeah.
because then we
Yeah.
have to cover a lot of portion in basic itself.
Basic system, exactly. So this is a basic course that we'll be doing, but later on I think we'll we'll have Shikaji come and teach us about the progression and how those activations are happening, and for timing of events maybe it can be done in intermediate or advanced course. But for all of those who have always thought about nadi, what is nadi, how nadi works, there are many forms of nadi. There is, jiva nadi, ajiva nadi,
Yes, Chandrakala Nadi,
Kala nadi,
Shukra Nadi.
nadi, so many different nadis. All planets have the nadis of their own,
Yes,
but there are so many rishis also. Bhrigu nadi is there,
Saptarishi Nadi.
Saptarishi nadi. So there are so many nadis. So, but all the essence of that was captured by R.G. Rao, and is got many books of literature. And I think Shikaji and her Guruji, R.K. Goelji, they follow the system of R.G. Rao.
Yes.
Very, very beautiful thing. But I'm very grateful, Shikaji, that you have agreed to do this for the Cosmic Insights. I'm happy that we are doing this. And this has been long overdue. I think Nadi was something that was missing from our platform. And we said, let's bring Nadi for everybody to study and they can master this eventually. So thank you very much, Shikaji, for your time and coming down. And
So it's been a pleasure. It
thank you.
really, thank you, sir.